Hello and welcome to the Daily Northwestern's first video roundtable. I'm game day editor Robbie Levin along with beat writers Colin, Becht, and Josh Walfish. Now guys, Northwestern has a big matchup this weekend with number 24 in-state rival Illinois in Champaign. And the big topic on everyone's mind is Dan Persa. So Colin, what have you seen from Persa this week in practice and what impact do you think he'll have on Saturday?
Well, when I saw Persa 2 weeks ago in practice and leading up to the Army game, and he said he would definitely be 100% by Illinois, I wasn't necessarily inclined to believe him at that point because he still looked a little bit slow, didn't have quite the strength back in his leg. But however, after watching him this week, he definitely looks ready to go. He was starting on the run, making nice cuts, looked like the same dual-threat quarterback that we've known him to be from last year. So I think Persa maybe will take a little while to get back up to game speed, but I expect him to be a dynamic player this Saturday.
And as many of you know, this will be Dan Persa's first start, his first playing time since tearing his Achilles against Iowa in a late-season game last year. And without Persa, Northwestern really struggled, especially on defense. Against Illinois last year at Wrigley Field, Northwestern gave up 559 yards of offense. And while Illinois does graduate several of its weapons from last year, most notably Mikel LaShore, Josh, they still return a lot of key players on that side of the ball. They've got the Big Ten's second most efficient quarterback in Nathan Scheelhaase, the Big Ten's second leading receiver in A.J. Jenkins, and a multifaceted rushing attack with Scheelhaase and running back Jason Ford. So Josh, after Northwestern struggled to defend the run against Army, what do they have to do this weekend to contain Illinois' dynamic offense?
Well, first off, luckily Jason Ford is no Mikel LaShore, so there's definitely a downgrade in terms of talent. But I almost throw the Army game out the window because I think Northwestern was really puzzled by that triple option, and I don't think there was anything Northwestern could do to really stop it. So I look back at how they did against Boston College, another team that really ran the ball very strongly last season, and they, except for that first play with Andre Williams running 69 yards, they really kept the Eagles in check. So I think if Northwestern can get back to that type of run defense, I think Illinois should have to pass it if they're going to beat the Wildcats.
Great. Now guys, we've seen some pretty good individual performances in Northwestern's first 3 games, but I'm sure after the bye week with Big Ten opponents coming in, there are going to be a lot of guys looking to step up. So Colin, who do you think is going to be Northwestern's biggest impact player this weekend?
Well, I'm going to go with a guy who really re-emerged in the Army game, Jeremy Ebert. Was very quiet early in the season, had a big game against Army, and now he gets Persa back, the same QB he had a lot of chemistry with last season when he led the Big Ten in receiving yards. So I think Ebert returns to form with Persa and has a big game.
Great. Josh, who do you think is going to step up?
We talk about stop and run that starts in the middle, and it's going to start with the return of Jack Donato. I think, when you look at the Eastern Illinois game, Chance Carter, Wolverhampton, as good as they were, it was Eastern Illinois. I think Jack Donato was such a crucial part in stopping the run against Boston College. I think he returns to that form. I think he'll be a big player for Northwestern on Saturday.
All right, guys. Last question. Who's going to win and why?
Well, I think Illinois' running game just proves a little too much for Northwestern to handle. Army exposed a lot of tackling weaknesses in the Northwestern D, and I think those show up again as Illinois beats Northwestern on the ground 27-20.
I'm going with the same score. I'm going to flip it though. I think Northwestern wins. I think they're going to be able to stop Jason Ford in the running attack. I think they're going to force Scheelhaase to pass to beat them. And I don't think Scheelhaase is as good of a quarterback as his numbers say he is.
Great. Well, either way, it should be a very exciting game to open the Big Ten slate. And for all your Northwestern football action, keep it here at thedailynorthwestern.com/sports and on Twitter @TheDailySports. Now for beat writers Josh Walfish and Colin Becht, I'm Robbie Levin. Thanks for watching.